Welcome back to HornAfrica Insight, your trusted source for deep, unbiased reporting from East Africa and beyond. Today, we're bringing you the latest updates from Ethiopia, Eritrea, Somaliland, and Kenya. Let's dive into the stories shaking the Horn of Africa. U.S. President Donald Trump again commented on the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD, for the third time in July 2025, claiming during a White House dinner,
Egypt and Ethiopia, as you know, they've been fighting over the dam. Ethiopia built a dam with United States money, largely. It's one of the largest dams in the world, and it has one little problem. It doesn't allow much water going into the Nile River. So you can imagine Egypt's not thrilled because they live off the Nile River. The Nile River, it's blood, it's heart.
That the United States had, quote, mostly funded Ethiopia's $5 billion dam project, according to APA News. The claim, which he also echoed on Truth Social, sparked outrage among Ethiopian scholars. In response, the GERD Coordination Office, led by Aragawi Berhe, refuted Trump's statement, asserting that, quote, the GERD is fully funded by the Ethiopian people and government.
የታላቁ ህዳሴ ግድብ ግንባታ በተደጋጋሚ ሲነገር እንደነበረው እናንተም ሚዲያዎች እንደምታውቁት በመንግስትና በህዝብ ድጋፍ የተሰራ
The office detailed the funding sources: $450 million raised through public bonds, $88 million contributed by wealthy Ethiopians, and the remaining $5 billion allocated from the national budget. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio held a call with Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed on July 22nd, emphasizing the importance of regional stability, according to the U.S. State Department. Kenya's state dropped terrorism charges against activist Boniface Mwangi, now facing charges of possessing 3 tear gas canisters and 1 7.62 millimeter blank round without a firearm certificate, per Capital FM. Arrested on July 19 at his Lukenya home, Mwangi was initially accused of facilitating terrorism during the June 25 anti-government protests. A search at his Majuzi hub office in Nairobi found canisters, a bullet, and tech equipment, raising security concerns. Hussein Khalid of Vocal Africa criticized the government's handling, while Siaya Governor James Oringo called the original charges ridiculous. Former Chief Justice David Maraga accused President William Ruto's administration of weaponizing anti-terror laws to silence dissent, per Capital FM. Mwangi's case, set for Kahawa Law courts, fuels debate over Kenya's crackdown on Gen Z protesters and free speech. Somaliland's Foreign Minister Abdirahman Dahir Adam arrived in Taipei to sign a Coast Guard cooperation agreement with Taiwan, boosting maritime security per Hiran Online. The pact grants Somaliland radar networks and Coast Guard training for its 850-kilometer Bab el-Mandeb coastline, vital for Red Sea trade. Wariye TV reports the delegation, including Coast Guard Commander Ahmed Hure Harir, met President Lai Ching-te. Taiwan has invested $24 million in Somaliland's health and tech since 2020. Somalia and China condemned the deal with Mogadishu's April 2025 ban on Taiwanese passports, citing sovereignty violations. China, backing Somalia, called it a breach of the One China principle. Somaliland and Taiwan, both unrecognized, share democratic values, but this pact risks escalating Horn tensions as China and Somalia push back. Eritrean President Isaias Afwerki, in last week's local media interview, revealed that he rejected Ethiopia's offer to use the port of Assab, bypassing Djibouti's $4 billion port revenue, according to his communication minister and X posts. Afwerki framed the refusal as neighborly concern, citing Djibouti's economic reliance on Ethiopia's trade. However, analysts question if Eritrea's stance masks a deeper refusal to grant Ethiopia sea access, given historical tensions post-1993 independence when Ethiopia lost its coastline, according to DW. Afwerki's rejection aligns with Egypt's push to counter Ethiopia's GERD, suggesting strategic motives. Afwerki also criticized Ethiopia's Prosperity Party, PP, for failing to honor the 2022 Pretoria Agreement and fighting the Fano militia, but notably omitted his usual attacks on the TPLF. With Ethiopia eyeing Red Sea access and Egypt pressuring Ethiopia via the U.S. to sign a GERD deal before its September 2025 inauguration, and Afwerki rejecting Ethiopia's Assab offer, some see an orchestrated push to weaken Ethiopia, per ORF. Tigray's turmoil, with 600,000 deaths from the last war and 2.4 million reliant on aid, risks a regional crisis involving Sudan and Somalia. Is this a coordinated plot or a volatile coincidence? That's your Horn Africa Insight for today. From Nile disputes to Puntland, East Africa's on fire. If you found this video informative, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more explosive updates. Leave a comment below. What story would you like us to cover next? Thanks for watching, and remember, stay informed, stay engaged.